And Alex Pereira, he's that guy. It's insane. Dude, he hasn't even been in the UFC a full 3 years. Let that sink in. How wild is that? Oh, UFC gives him favorable matchups. Yeah, dude, he's the face of the UFC. He's saving the UFC's ass right now. If there's no Alex, what do we do? What the fuck would we do? What do we have forward to look? What are we looking forward to? There's not much for us right now. Didn't tease December's supposed to be litty. But outside that, Alex Pereira, dude, he's made your year. Everyone's year. Alex has saved everybody's ass. Even if, for whatever reason, you got to be a moron. If you don't like his fighting style, which doesn't make any sense, but, he doesn't fight any grapplers, whatever. You should just be thankful there's a guy like Alex. Now, Alex knows the game. Alex came in at the perfect time. Was he 38? He's fighting like he's going to die at 40.
37?
37. Not young. Not young. Not young at all. He knows father time is coming. And dude, it's gonna turn like Cinderella. Boom. Overnight. I'm telling you guys, enjoy it right now. At his age and his fighting style, you gotta, it's not gonna be long. We have a 2-year window probably here. You know? You're not getting 10 fights out of Alex. 5 would be tough. Just enjoy. You know, when like Connor's rise, oh my God, what a special time. You know? You got to stop and smell the rose. What Alex is doing right now, the chance of it ever being done again is not good. Not good. Of course, somebody will come along eventually. You might see him 1 or 2 more times out of light heavyweight and they'll fight at heavyweight. That's probably it. That's what I think. Who knows what's going through his head? And you look up his next 2 matchups. If you go through it, he'll fight probably the winner of Ankalaev and Rakic, right? Ankalaev poses a threat there. So you have that fight. He's an underdog in that Ankalaev fight. He'd be a dog. So if he doesn't fight Ankalaev, and he's going to have to, and I think he can beat him. But, he'll be an underdog in that. He's an underdog no matter what happens next. That's why he's taking time off.
Interesting you say that, yeah.
So if he doesn't, let's say the UFC goes Ankalaev, which I think they should wait on. I know it ain't right to do. It's fucked up. So if Ankalaev gets past Rakic, which he might, he's won how many in a fucking row? Take out the draw, he's won so many. So he's deserving, and he's deserving. I get that. From a business side, let's hold off. Hold off, because you have the face of the UFC. The only reason the UFC's kicking ass this year is because of Alex. And that's why he's getting a round tree. He's saving their ass, man, coming in, so they're giving him favorable matchups. Alex is playing the game like he should, man. He's being very smart in the UFC. You scratch our back, we'll scratch yours. That's what they're doing. So Ankalaev could be next, depending on what he does with Rakic. If it's another draw or like shitty decision, probably not happening. Hate to tell you guys. They're gonna be like, no, we can't have that guy beat our #1 star right now. So then you go to heavyweight. And depending on what John Jones does after he beats Stipe, yes, I'm assuming he beats Stipe. After he beats Stipe, could be John Jones. Pretty big underdog there. If Stipe were to win, Stipe would fight him. Probably be an underdog there. Stipe or Jones. Then the other only option is Tom Aspinall. Big underdog there. Probably the biggest underdog against Tom. So UFC is kind of sitting back right now, right? When you look at stars, right? Izzy's out for a while. Just lost his fight. That's one of your biggest stars. Sugar Sean was your face for UFC. He just lost. Had fucking labor?
I think hip
surgery.
Yeah.
He's out. Go through it. Who else?
I don't know.
So Pantoja, get on my face. Marab, not happening. Volkanovski was a pretty big star, but he's lost the last few. So you got Max Holloway, pretty big star, but not a ton of fighting left, right? You got Ilya. He still has a ways to go before he's like the face, right? And he's a smaller guy. Go down. Islam. You got Bilal. Love Bilal. Just is what it is. Not a household superstar. DDP, not a superstar. You have Alex. Then you got Tom. UFC's, they're going to have to put their thinking caps on. How are you going to handle Alex's next fight? Because the odds makers are he's going to lose the fight.
Yeah, that's interesting you said that, because I saw this article come up.
So
it's like there's opening odds for his future fights.
So let's say take your your bias out, like, oh, Anklive deserves it, beats Racket. Put your business hat on. Take all whatever. I'm from wherever, Russia. I think Anklive. I don't give a fuck about any of that. Put your business hat on. If the face of your company is going to lose a fight, how can we mitigate the loss? How can we make sure if he loses, we still win? It ain't Anklive. He gets mollywopped by Anklive. We're kind of fucked. Because then we can't, here's Tom Aspinall. Like, no, we just saw him get his ass whipped by Anklive. The odds are going to be even bigger. We don't give a fuck. You can't sell us on that. So we're probably not doing Anklive. Anklive's fucked there, and it's not his fault, but this is business. Tom Aspinall, they have him as a plus 300. Now, if he fights Tom and he has a good showing, it's that heavyweight, we can kind of massage that in, And with 4 ounce gloves on, the fight starts standing. He can knock out anybody. And he cuts no weight. He's going to be a fucking problem if he lands. Izzy, I don't think so. Especially at 205. No, I don't like that for Izzy. That's a bad idea.
But he's even an underdog against Izzy, which is, I don't know.
Somebody's smoking crack. That doesn't make any sense. Especially at 205. He's a plus 450. He's the biggest dog against John Jones. John Jones is the fight that you do. John Jones is the fight. You have him fight the greatest of all time. And that's what you do. That's exactly what you do. The other guys we don't get much out of. Anklive beats him. It fucks up the whole thing. The whole business model's fucked. Anklive can't be a star. It's just not going to happen. And that, again, it just sucks. But we're talking business. I'm not talking, take all the bias out. Anklive, he's not the face of your division, right? It would have happened. Stop trying to make fetch happen. Tom Aspinall, he still has a ways to go before he's a household name. And he gets starts by him. You're like, all right, well, Izzy's not happening at 205. You pay John Jones what he's worth. You do Alex versus John Jones. It's actually the only fight to make. John Jones versus Alex has to be next.
And Jones would probably want to take that over Aspinall, right? So that'd be a huge, huge fight.
John's foaming at the dick to fight Alex. He's like, oh, the dude can't wrestle? Yeah, sign me up. And he's a massive name. That's all. John's thing with Tom isn't that, he's scared of him or anything like that. He's like, it just doesn't do much for me. His resume's not that great. I know he's the champ. He's the interim champ. He's not a household name. You got to be a pretty hardcore to like Tom Aspinall. I love him. I think he's the best heavyweight on the planet. My mom doesn't know who he is. My dad doesn't know who he is. My brother might. He's not like a John Jones. I mean, people know John. People know Alex. Alex is a massive star. John would take that fight. So would Stipe. People that lose here are Tom Aspinall and Clive. But again, it's business. I'm not talking about what's right and wrong here. I'm talking about I'm freaking Shark Eyes Doll Smile here, and I'm a owner of a professional fight league, and we got to make money. We got to keep the house lights on. What do? It ain't Clive. It ain't Tom Aspinall. It's John Jones. And for some strange reason, Stipe beats John. It's Stipe. That's the only fight that you do for Alex. That's ridiculous. And Clive's won 10 in a row. I get all that. I'm with you, man. I'm with you. I'm a purist myself. I'm talking about straight business, Vince McMahon, WWE style. How are we going to make money? It's the winner of John Jones, Stipe, or bust. Everything else, we can't. It kind of fucks up everything, dude. That's it.
Yeah, I totally would want to watch Alex versus John versus Alex versus Tom. I think Tom would I don't know why, I think he would just destroy Alex. And John and him dude, there could be something there, which is awesome.
Yeah. John's a little slower, Alex fast, especially Alex at heavyweight. But, Tom, he's young, big, hits hard, jiu-jitsu black belt, just a big dude, And John, all his legacy at 205, the greatest to ever do it. You lose to that, it's like, yeah, you lost to the GOAT, baby. It's all good. Here's against Anklive.
Yep.
No one bats an eye. Like, oh, dope, I still like him. But again, if you do Anklive and Alex next, and Anklive wins, you can't squeeze out all that acai berry juice out of Alex. This dried up, man. Damaged goods. And then you face your champ, the the face of the divisions, Zane Clive, and stop trying to make fetch happen.